Okay, so have you noticed AI image generation is like everywhere now?
It really
It's
is.
crazy. It's gone from 0 to 60 like overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, movie trailers, social media, you name it, it's there.
Hmm.
But here's the thing. As cool as it is,
Yeah.
getting started can feel kind of like, you're stepping into a rocket ship
Sort of.
without the instruction manual.
It's true.
Right.
There's definitely like a future shock to it.
Yeah,
How fast these AI image tools
Oh,
have
yeah.
become mainstream.
exactly.
It's just like, whoa,
Yeah, and it's like a lot of options, which is great.
It is.
And then it's also like,
a lot of confusion.
yeah, exactly. A lot of confusion.
Yeah.
So to help you kind of navigate this whole new world,
Yeah.
our deep dive today is going to be all about two of the big players in the AI image game, CapCut and FLU X.1.
I like it.
And you're going to love this.
Okay.
The sources that we have are like a study in contrasts.
Okay.
We have excerpts from a CapCut manual, which is super practical, very hands-on,
Oh.
almost like a cookbook for video editing.
Gotcha.
And then we have chapters from a FLU X.1 guide that is very much deep into the artistic theory and possibilities of AI image generation.
Interesting.
And that difference in the approach is really interesting, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because right off the bat, it tells us something.
Mhm.
CapCut is going for that all-in-one creative toolbox vibe,
Sure.
whereas FLU X.1 is like laser focused on image generation
Yeah.
at a very, very high level.
Right, right.
So
But
I'll
like-
admit,
yeah.
I always thought of CapCut as the video editing app, right? Like that's their thing.
Yeah.
So when I was skimming through this manual,
Yeah.
I was really blown away by how much it's packing in terms of AI.
Really?
And it's not just like an afterthought,
Right.
It's really built for creators who are serious about upping their video game.
It seems like
Yeah.
it kind of reflects something I've been seeing more and more of,
What's that?
which is these creative tools are baking the AI directly into the workflow
Right.
instead of it being like a separate thing
Exactly. It's like it's part
as
of
part of it.
the process now.
Yeah, yeah.
So the manual actually walks us through all these AI tools.
Okay.
And one of the things that jumps out is just how practical they are.
Okay.
So first up, AI script writing. So picture this.
Okay.
You are stuck on a video intro.
You know what you want to say,
Yeah.
but you're just like,
You've got writer's block.
yeah, the words just aren't coming.
Yeah, yeah.
So CapCut is like, hold my digital pen,
Okay.
you give it a theme, maybe a couple keywords,
Yeah.
bam, script suggestions.
Wow.
Right?
That's wild.
I know.
I mean, it sounds like something out of science fiction,
I know, right?
but that's where we are.
Yeah,
That's the world we live in now.
exactly.
Even the brainstorming, the very beginning of the creative process,
Yeah.
can be aided by AI.
I know. And honestly, as someone who has stared at a blank page
Right.
way too many times,
Yeah.
I'm kind of here for it.
I can imagine.
Okay, so next up on the CapCut AI highlight reel,
Okay.
text-to-image generation.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really cool.
You literally describe what you want your image to be,
Mm-hmm.
and the AI whips it up for you.
Wow.
And here's the kicker. It's all within CapCut itself.
Oh, wow.
So no more endless scrolling through stock photos.
Right.
You just
make it.
You make it.
That's amazing.
I know.
Like, talk about accessibility, too.
Right.
Because not everyone has a budget to hire, like, professional graphic designers and stuff.
Exactly.
So this is awesome because CapCut is kind of leveling the playing field here.
Yeah.
And it's giving everyone the power to create their own custom visuals.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
That's cool.
And it gets even better. Get this. They even have AI character creation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though.
Right.
I mean, character-driven content is huge right now,
Huge.
especially in gaming.
Yep.
CapCut is clearly paying attention.
For real. And the manual gives this example of
Yeah.
creating a cyberpunk warrior using the AI tools.
Whoa.
Imagine this.
Right.
You could whip up this character
Yeah.
with glowing circuitry tattoos and like a retractable energy blade
Uh-huh.
all ready to like drop into your video.
That's so cool.
Right.
It's like the level of detail and customization
Yeah.
is really impressive.
Right. It's not just...
It's not just generic blobs.
Yeah, exactly.
And stick figures.
It's crazy.
These are like complex, visually interesting characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to top it all off,
Yeah.
the manual goes on about CapCut's massive library of assets.
Okay.
So stock footage, music, sound effects, you name it, they've got it.
Wow.
It's like they thought of everything.
They did. It's like it really does drive home that point we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The one-stop shop approach.
Exactly. It's not even just the AI tools. It's like
It's a whole...
they're giving you the whole ecosystem
Yeah, exactly.
to create.
It's really impressive.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is CapCut.
Okay.
The video Swiss Army knife with like a digital brain, basically.
I like it.
But let's switch gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about FLUX.1.
Okay.
And this is where you really shine, because this FLUX.1 guide
Yes.
dives deep
Oh, wait.
into some next level stuff.
You know what fascinates me about FLUX.1
Yeah?
is its singular focus.
Okay.
Unlike CapCut, which is all about like that breadth,
Right.
FLUX.1
Okay.
is laser focused
Okay.
on generating the absolute highest quality images possible.
I see. I see.
And it actually has 3 different versions of their model,
Okay.
which is really interesting.
Okay. 3 different versions.
Yeah,
So for those of us who don't speak fluent AI model,
sure.
can you break down the differences between these FLUX.1 triplets?
Okay, so think of it like this.
Okay.
FLUX.1 Pro
Mm.
is the VIP.
Okay.
It's the headliner.
Okay.
You access it through an API or platforms like Replicate or Fell.ai,
Mm.
which tells you right off the bat they're targeting serious users, probably professionals,
Right.
people with big projects,
So Pro is like the big leagues.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
What about Dev and Schnell?
Okay.
Who are those siblings aimed at?
All right, so Dev is really interesting.
Okay.
This is for the tinkerers.
It-
This is open weight, meaning you can actually get your hands on the code. You can modify it, you can experiment.
Interesting.
Big caveat with Dev, though it's for non-commercial use only.
Okay.
So it's perfect for research,
Okay.
for pushing the boundaries of what's possible, that sort of thing.
Okay, so open weight, that sounds really interesting, but can you give us a quick
Yeah.
ELI5
Yeah.
on what that means?
Imagine you get like a toy car,
Okay.
but instead of just playing with it, you can open it up.
Okay.
You can see how the engine works.
Okay.
You can maybe swap out some parts. You can make it go faster or something.
I see.
That's kind of what open weight is like.
Okay.
You can tinker with the code,
Right.
but you can't sell your modified car.
Right. Right. Okay.
So in this case, you can't like sell the images you generate with the model.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
So Dev is for the explorers, the ones who want to like peek behind the curtain.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
What about Schnell?
Schnell, does that mean fast in German?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right, actually.
You got it.
Yeah.
FLUX.1 Schnell is all about speed,
Okay.
optimized for what we call local development,
Okay.
meaning it's probably the most accessible
Okay.
for individual users
Okay.
or smaller projects.
Gotcha.
Think of it like this. If FLUX.1 Pro is a high-end sports car,
Okay.
Schnell is a zippy little go-kart.
I love that. Okay.
It's perfect for like quick sprints, personal projects.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But one thing that really stood out to me in the FLUX.1 guide
Yeah.
was this focus on what they call prompt engineering. It's like
Yeah.
writing the right prompt is like you're speaking FLUX.1's language.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're not just like a button pusher with FLUX.1.
Right.
You're actively guiding the AI.
Yeah.
It's creative process.
Interesting.
And the guide is actually packed with examples
Oh, cool.
of how to craft prompts for different use cases,
That's awesome.
which is really, really
Oh,
valuable.
I bet. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the one hand, we have CapCut,
Yeah.
the versatile video editor with like a built-in AI sidekick.
Right.
And on the other hand, we have FLUX.1,
Yes.
the image generation specialist.
Exactly.
With its 3 very distinct personalities, it seems.
Right.
So let's get down to brass tacks. Okay. When we compare these two head to head, what really stands out?
Well, I think the most obvious difference
Yeah.
is probably just ease of use.
Yeah.
CapCut with that
Yeah.
intuitive interface
Right.
and that seamless integration of AI features.
Yeah.
It feels like a really natural starting point
Yeah.
for beginners, especially
Makes sense.
FLUX.1 on the other hand.
Yeah.
Especially that pro version we talked about
Yeah.
might have a steeper learning curve.
Okay.
It assumes a certain level of technical comfort.
Right. So it's like
Yeah.
CapCut is the friendly barista who makes up mean latte.
Yeah.
And FLUX.1 is the master chef who expects you to appreciate all the nuances
Yeah, I love that.
of their Michelin star meal.
It's so true.
Right.
And it speaks to another key difference I was thinking about,
What's that?
which is flexibility versus specialization.
Okay.
So CapCut is giving you this broad toolkit, right?
Right.
For all things video.
Yeah.
Whereas FLUX.1 is laser focused
Yeah.
on just producing like drop-dead gorgeous images.
Exactly.
It's about depth over breadth.
Right. And naturally, I feel like that different focus is going to impact what you get out of it at the end.
Of course, yeah.
So CapCut is all about those video assets.
Yeah.
So think like custom visuals, animated characters,
Right.
cool effects you can layer on top of footage.
Yeah.
FLUX.1, on the other hand, is really focused on crafting those standalone images
It's true.
that can be used for anything, really.
Right, from website design to fine art prints even.
Yeah.
You know.
It's true. It's so interesting how...
It is. It's like comparing a Hollywood blockbuster film
Yeah.
to a single breathtaking painting.
I love that.
Both incredibly valuable forms of art.
Yeah.
But they're serving different purposes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know we've been talking kind of in the abstract up to this point.
Yeah.
So to make this comparison crystal clear,
Yeah.
I thought it might be cool to pull out some specific examples
Yeah, let's do it.
from each source
Someday.
that highlight their strengths. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Little show and tell.
I always love a good visual.
Okay, so flipping through the CapCut manual here,
Okay.
there's this really neat section on animating stars and planets.
Oh, cool.
And it got me thinking,
Yeah.
imagine you're putting together an educational video
Okay.
about astronomy. You could use CapCut's AI to generate these celestial bodies
Right.
and then animate them
Wow.
to illustrate concepts like orbits,
Yeah.
planetary movement.
That's so smart.
Right.
Talk about making
Yeah.
complex scientific ideas
Yeah.
more visually engaging and easier to understand.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
And it doesn't even have to be super complicated. The
Right.
manual makes it seem surprisingly easy
There you go.
to do.
Exactly. It speaks to what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
They're really making these advanced tools
Yeah.
accessible to
Exactly.
a wide range of users.
Which is really cool.
It is really cool.
Okay, let's hop over to the FLUX.1 guide.
Okay. Yeah.
One example that really captured my imagination was this prompt for generating a historically accurate reenactment of an ancient Roman marketplace.
Oh, yes. That's a great example.
Isn't that cool?
It really illustrates what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That level of detail and specificity.
It's crazy.
FLUX.1 is capable of.
No, it's very cool.
Right. And imagine the possibilities for like
I know.
historical research bringing the past to life
It's incredible.
with this crazy visual fidelity.
And what I really appreciate about the guide, too, is it doesn't just give you the prompt.
Right.
It breaks it down.
Oh, cool.
It explains how all the different elements
Yeah.
contribute to the overall image. It's like a
Nice.
masterclass in prompt engineering
That's awesome.
by example, which I think is really cool.
It is really cool.
Okay, so we have CapCut, making astronomy come alive,
Yes.
and FLUX.1, transporting us back to ancient Rome.
That's right.
I love these deep dives.
Me too.
They open up all these new worlds
They do.
of creative possibilities.
For sure.
It's so cool.
It really sparks that sense of wonder, you know?
Yeah.
The possibility that we all need sometimes.
Yeah, and it encourages people to explore,
Exactly.
see what they can create.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
You know, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
as much fun as we're having
Yeah.
geeking out about all these tools and everything,
Mhm.
it really comes down to you.
It does.
Dear listener,
That's right.
what are your creative goals?
Yeah.
What do you want to bring to the world?
What's your vision?
Exactly.
That's what matters.
Exactly. So,
The best tool is the one that like
Right.
aligns with your vision and your workflow.
exactly.
Sure.
So let's break it down.
Right.
If you are a video creator, right,
Mm-hmm.
looking to streamline your process, add a little extra polish,
Yeah.
maybe inject a little AI magic into your content,
Yeah.
CapCut just seems like a no-brainer.
It does. It's like
It really does.
having a secret weapon
Yeah,
in your creative arsenal.
for sure.
But if your heart is set
Yeah.
on generating those like really stunning
Yeah.
standalone images,
Yeah.
whether it's for artistic expression, design work, or anything where like visual impact is key.
Right.
FLUX.1 is the way to go.
It really is the best tool for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's really for people who are serious about
Uh-huh.
pushing those boundaries.
It's true. And it's just so cool that we have both,
That's
right?
the key.
It's like
It's really cool that we live in a world.
tools for every level,
Exactly. We have all these options.
every ambition.
And what's really cool is
Yeah.
this is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
We're just scratching the surface.
It's like AI image generation is still in its infancy.
It's a baby.
Right.
It's crazy to think about.
Okay, so before we wrap up, I do have one final, lightly sneaky question for you, dear listener.
I like it.
And it's something that both of our sources kind of touched on, but didn't fully unpack.
Okay.
So with all this talk about AI, right?
Yeah.
Where does human creativity fit in?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It really is.
Both CapCut and FLU X.1, in their own way, emphasize that these tools are meant to empower human creators.
They're here to help us.
Not replace us.
Yeah, not to take over the world.
Right. So as you dive into this world, as you start experimenting with these tools, I really encourage you to ask yourself, what are you most excited to create?
Yes.
What stories do you want to tell? What visions do you want to bring to life?
Because at the end of the day, the most captivating images, the ones that truly resonate, are going to be the ones that blends the power of AI with that unique spark of human imagination.
Exactly.
It's that special something.
It is. It's that magic touch.
That computers can't replicate.
I love it.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll be doing a deep dive.
I love that.
Into your AI-generated masterpieces.
That would be awesome.
Right.
So cool.
So get out there, experiment, create, and don't be afraid to share your work with the world.
Yeah.
The possibilities really are limitless.
That's the beauty of it. It's like a whole new frontier.
It really is.
Of art and creativity. It's very exciting.
I love it. Well, that is a wrap.
It was a good one.
On this deep dive into the world of AI image generation.
I had fun.
We hope you found this exploration of CapCut and FLU X.1 both insightful.
For sure.
And inspiring.
Absolutely.
Until next time, happy creating.
Happy creating, everyone.